Hey everybody, my green guitar and I are back to do some more basic guitar techniques. Today we're going to be talking about how to bend strings. Let's get started on some string bending. First of all, we should say that the string itself doesn't get bent really. What you're doing is you're moving your fretting finger sideways towards the ceiling or towards the floor, pushing the string, increasing the tension on it, raising the pitch of the note you've played, like so. Now, this is easy to do in theory, but hard to do in such a way that you stay in tune. And that's the trick. So I'll show you a couple simple way to get started bending, and then a way to make sure that you're in tune as you bend. Okay? Let's begin by saying that you need an electric guitar for this, unless you're playing an acoustic guitar with very, very light strings. Generally speaking, acoustic guitars have strings that are just too heavy to bend, although some people can bend, and some people do put very light strings on their acoustic guitars. Jerry Garcia used to keep incredibly light strings on his acoustics, but that's not very common. So, assuming you have an electric guitar, we'll do a simple bend. Now, bending is easiest when you're up somewhere between, say, the 9th or 10th fret and about the 14th or 15th fret, because you're in the center of the string's vibrating length. You're about halfway through. The string has the most flexibility there. It's very hard when you're down here near the nut. It's very hard to bend strings unless they're very light, and we don't want to get involved in that. That creates tuning issues unless you're really experienced. So let's stick with something up here around the 12th fret. Okay, take a look at figure 1. You'll see that we're going to play the fretted note at the 12th fret of the G string. Now you see that little lowercase b after the 12, that means bend. And the number in the parentheses, 13 after that, tells us the pitch of the fretted note we're bending up to. So we're going to be bending this G natural in the 12th fret here of the G string up till it sounds like the G sharp on the 13th fret of the G string. We're bending this up to this. Sounds difficult? Well, let's try it one time. Play that fretted note. Use your middle finger or your ring finger. Your index finger probably doesn't have enough strength or leverage to do a good bend. Play that note at the 12th fret of the G string and bend it up. Probably best to push up towards you when you're first starting. You're less likely to run out of room. Now, once you're doing that, you say, well, all right, I know how to bend strings, but the trick is to make sure you've bent it up till you're in tune. How can you tell if you're in tune? Well, you can use some kind of electronic tuner, a strobe tuner, or you can do a little trick that is sort of reminiscent of what happens in country music. You can sound that low E string, and when you bend the G up to G sharp, you're going to be bending from a minor third into a major third. That's a sort of standard country music trick. Let's try it, shall we? Figure 1A shows us that we're going to play an open low E, and then bend that 12th fret G string up to that G sharp, so like so. Here we go. Let's try it. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, once you've mastered bending up a half step and staying in pitch, you can move on towards whole step bends. And that's probably as much of a bend as anyone ever really does, although I have known people who use light strings who can bend up 3 steps, 3 half steps, a technique that is really reserved mostly for those who have very strong hands and very light strings and lots of experience. For now, keep yourself going on the half-step bend. Try it in a couple different places. You can try the A bend and bend something up from the A string, let's say here. And that whole country thing will be happening. You can try it anywhere on the neck. It's better on the top 3 strings. It's pretty impossible to bend your low E, your A, or your D. So try a few experiments. Try to stay in tune. Use a strobe tuner and see if you can bend it right into tune every time. After a while, you'll have muscle memory. All right, well, that's all for today. Get bending on those strings, and we'll see you soon. Bye-bye.